Microsoft Windows 10 allows us to open up multiple programs and be able to switch between them very quickly. This lesson is about how we switch between applications quickly. Let's get a few applications running so I can show it to you. I'll start with Excel. Let's get Excel running and we'll move it over to the upper right side. I'll get Excel and then Word running, move it to the lower left side. And how about one of Microsoft's built-in apps, such as the Weather app? Let's get that one running. And finally, a fourth application. Now, I don't see the application in my list, but I know I'm looking for the calculator. So I'll go ahead and click in the Ask Me Anything zone and type in the word calculator. And there's the calculator. I'm going to go ahead and click on the calculator and open it up. There it is. Very nice. Now, to move between these applications, just like what we learned earlier, I can simply click a window to activate that application. Being careful to click in a blank space is usually a good idea. But there are times window is larger than the stuff behind it, making it difficult to click on it. So I would like to bring up Word or the calculator, but my Excel screen is just a bit too big. Well, I could either make my Excel screen smaller by sizing it and then clicking on Word, or I can use the taskbar to switch between the applications. Simply clicking an icon on the taskbar allows me to move between applications such as the Weather or Word or Excel. But that's not new. Most of us knew that one. Let's talk now about accessing the applications via the keyboard. On your keyboard, you'll find an Alt key. In fact, usually one on the left and one on the right-hand side. Alt standing for alternate, ALT. When I hold down the Alt key, I usually use my thumb and then reach on over and tap the Tab key on the upper left side of the keyboard. It'll move me through the open applications. We call this Alt Tab. Now, I was listening to Microsoft just the other day on a video, and they said that 60% of Windows users did not know about the Alt Tab. But all of you watching this video right now know about the Alt Tab because I just shared it with you, or you may have already known. But let's review. Holding down the Alt key and hitting the Tab key allows me to move through my open applications. And when I land by holding down the Alt key and hitting Tab, 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 when I land on the one I want, I just let go of the Alt key and it pops to the foreground. This is more useful when our windows are maximized. Allow me to maximize Excel now, and I'd like to take a quick trip over to my calculator or maybe over to Word using my keyboard. Holding down the Alt key and tapping the Tab key until I land on Word. And by the way, if I'm getting a little exuberant with my Alt Tab and I miss Word, I can just keep on going and go right around the block and go back to Word, and when I let go of the Alt key, Word then pops up. So I can use the Alt Tab to move between my applications. I'm going to ask you to pause now, give it a try yourself, and come on back and I'll show you a new way to move between your applications. As I promised in the last video, where I showed you the Alt Tab to move between your open applications, I'm going to show you a new way to do that. A new way to move between your applications using the keyboard. In the previous video, I reminded you that the Alt Tab works quite nicely, just like old versions of Windows. But if we hold down the Windows key and tap the Tab key, we get the exact same results with a different experience. Holding down the Windows key and tapping the Tab key just once brings up my application switcher. It's like a dashboard of open applications, and I don't have to hold down the Windows key and keep tapping the Tab key. No, I just do it once, and then I can use my mouse to activate the program I would like to go to. Let's do that again. Holding down the Windows key and tapping the Tab key once brings up my application switcher. I can then simply click on the program that I'd like to go to. We can also use that window, Windows Tab, to close applications that I don't want to have running anymore. Why don't you all give that a try? Pause the video, go on over to your keyboard, hold down the Windows key, and tap the Tab key, and it reveals your new application switcher.